WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 11.
East Lansing police appear to be removing bodies from a rental unit tonight. It's our top story at 11. Thank you for joining us. I'm Sherry Jones.
And I'm Siobhan Klepfer. 6 News is working right now to get information on what police are calling a suspicious situation on the 1500 block of Wintercrest Street.
That's part of a residential area along the east side of US 127 between Saginaw Street and Lake Lansing Road. Now, East Lansing police would not confirm for 6 News whether any bodies were found. However, our photographer on the scene saw what appeared to be bodies covered in sheets as they were being taken out of a home and loaded into a hearse.
Police were called there shortly after noon today and were still on the scene when we learned of the situation about 7 hours later. Officers would not share details of what happened, but tell 6 News there is no threat to the public.
And that case is being handled by the East Lansing Police Department with assistance from the Michigan State Police Crime Scene Unit. Stay with 6 News. We'll be following this story closely and bring you updates as we get them.
Farther north, a traffic crash in Gratiot County killed 2 people and sent a third person to a hospital with serious injuries.
It happened yesterday morning just west of Alma.
The Gratiot County Sheriff's Office says a 67-year-old woman was heading north on Warner Road when she failed to stop at a stop sign at the intersection with M46 and was hit broadside by a vehicle. The woman and her passenger, a 54-year-old man, both died at the scene. The other driver, a 61-year-old man, was taken to a hospital with serious injuries, and police are still investigating.
Turning to politics, Donald Trump's transition team says he plans to appoint the first ever woman to serve as White House Chief of Staff.
As Natalie Brand reports tonight, President-elect Trump is expected to meet with President Joe Biden to discuss the transfer of power in January.
In his first remarks since President-elect Donald Trump's election victory, President Biden promised an orderly White House transition and had this message for all Americans after a polarizing election cycle.
Something I hope we can do, no matter who you voted for, is see each other not as adversaries, but as fellow Americans. Bring down the temperature.
President Biden also emphasized a peaceful transfer of power and said he accepts the election results.
I also hope we can lay to rest the question about the integrity of the American electoral system. It is honest, it is fair, and it is transparent. And it can be trusted, win or lose.
The president's comments referencing baseless claims of election fraud 4 years ago. And while former President Trump had faced charges related to January 6th and efforts to overturn the 2020 election, CBS News has learned the DOJ is in discussions about how to wind down those cases to comply with long-standing policy against prosecuting a sitting president.
As the Trump team prepares for the transition to the White House, they're starting to select key players for a second Trump term.
The transition team Thursday night announced that Trump's 2024 campaign manager, Susie Wiles, will be named White House Chief of Staff. Wiles would be the first woman ever to hold that position. Priorities for the president-elect include an extension of tax cuts put in place during his first term, deregulation across federal agencies, and trade tariffs he campaigned on.
We're going to charge tariffs to all these foreign countries that are coming in and ripping us off.
CBS News has also learned Trump's team is preparing executive orders, with longtime aide Stephen Miller leading talks on how to carry out Trump's proposal to deport millions of undocumented immigrants. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Back here at home, Great Lakes Christian College in Delta Township celebrated some good news today. The Higher Learning Commission has lifted its sanction on the college's accreditation. Accreditation is used to recognize when an institute of higher learning has met criteria that's certain for quality. GLCC President Dr. Frank Weller says the college was put on probation for financial reasons and there were no problems with its academics. Since then, the college has improved its financial situation and released a strategic plan.
Now, this is a huge win for our campus community and for alumni, individuals, and churches that support the college financially.
Weller added that a growing student population has been a big factor in turning around the financial situation at Great Lakes Christian College.
DTE Energy customers will soon see an increase in their natural gas bills. The state approved an increase averaging more than 2% for residential customers. Utilities like DTE need permission from the Michigan Public Service Commission before they can increase their rates on essential things like natural gas. This increase will generate more than $113 million for DTE, but it's still less than half of what the company originally requested from the state. DTE says an average residential customer using 100 cubic feet of gas per month will see their monthly bill increase by about $2.
Well, November is Native American Heritage Month, and to celebrate, Michigan State University's museum hosted a special event tonight featuring Frank Waln. He is an award-winning Lakota hip-hop artist who performed his music and shared his perspective with dozens of people tonight, and our 6 News photojournalist Chris Tom was there to experience it.
So far? So solo work, I've produced 4 albums. I produced 2 albums with a group before I moved to Chicago. Music is magic because it could literally rewrite our mind, rewrite our body, give us energy, shift our entire mood.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
If you had time to be out this evening, what a beautiful sunset it was across mid-Michigan. Lots of color in the sky despite the lack of cloud cover. Our Skyview network from the Jackson Cam as the sun was heading down, obviously beautiful. We can watch the color as it kind of shifts towards the evening hours. Give me the oohs and ahs. Ooh. Ah. What a gorgeous evening though. Isn't that beautiful? I told you, $1 million sunset out there, pure Michigan across the area tonight. So we check out the current conditions. It is quiet. It is cold. Temperature down to 42 on the Jackson Cam. High today was up to 59. Morning low down to 41. On the McLaren Cam, numbers from today deserve an ooh and ah. 61, the high, 46, the current and the low temperature. The peak wind today only 15 miles per hour. Tonight in Grand Ledge, we're looking good. Cooling off nicely down to 46 degrees. One off the low of 45. High temperature was up to 58 degrees, and in Hillsdale with mostly clear skies. Current temperature, that is sitting at 44 degrees. Other numbers around the viewing area, Ann Arbor down to 39 degrees, but most of us still in the low to the mid 40s, and we're going to just continue to kind of slowly cool for the remainder of the overnight hours. High temperature trend over the weekend. Temps warm up a bit on Sunday, low 60s, and we're back in the 50s. Nothing too extreme one way or the other. Cools down to 50 by next Friday, but our average high is in the 40s by that point, so every number on the high temperature trend is above average. 5-day rainfall outlook. We do have rain on the way. Some of it could be at least briefly heavy, especially late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, and that's the time period to watch out for rain. Every other day is dry, so mainly Sunday, and we're talking about probably before around noon, the bulk of the rainfall. It should start to move out in the afternoon. It's quiet across the region tonight. No threat of any precipitation through tomorrow morning. Our storm system we're watching is actually in Texas, providing some snowfall in the Colorado and New Mexico areas and the Texas Panhandle at times, but we're going to watch that system slowly begin to move towards the north and eventually towards the northeast. So by Saturday morning, we'll probably start out with clear skies, but then as the day wears on, more and more cloud cover starts to push in from the west. So by the time sun heads down, it should be cloudy or mostly cloudy, and those showers will move into the area late Saturday night. And as I said, stick around for the first half of Sunday. Tonight, 40 your overnight low, but obviously some spots could get a little bit cooler than that. Mostly clear skies tonight and mostly sunny skies tomorrow. Highs will climb into the upper 50s with light winds. It should be a very nice finish to our work week. The 6-day forecast Saturday, clouds start to move in. Temperatures in the mid 50s, lower 60s on Sunday with some rainfall. By Monday for Veterans Day, 56 degrees, mid 50s Tuesday. A few more rain showers move in on Wednesday, late out of here early Thursday. Next weekend it's kind of a repeat, temperatures in the 50s, but a chance for rain once again on Sunday.
Pleasant conditions continue.
Yeah, I mean, nothing noteworthy. I've been watching more and more cold air build in Canada.
Yeah.
Nothing really to push it this far south. One computer model today I was looking at had snow here on November the 17th. but it was like 1 out of 100 models, so it's not quite time yet.
No, but just so you know, sometimes we like have a pool and you say, when is the first snow going to be?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you should do that again.
Oh, in the weather department, we were all texting like 8 o'clock this morning. Did you see the new? Yeah,
all right.
we were excited.
Well, all right, we're going to throw our guests in the ring.
Sounds like fun.
Okay. Thank you, David.
Yeah, let me think about it. All right. Well, as you heard, the temperatures are starting to cool off, and that means kids across mid-Michigan are going to need some clothes to keep themselves warm.
Most definitely, and we're asking if you can help make that happen. It's time for our annual Coats for the Community Drive, and that's where we team up with Cristo Rey Community Center and other local partners to help people stay warm this winter.
And it's not just coats. If you have hats, scarves, gloves, or any other winter clothing, you can drop it off here at the station, and we've got a wonderful pile going so far. Also at Cristo Rey, Carpet Studio, and Okemos, your local Barry Ames Cleaners, or one of 3 Shaheen Automotive locations.
Coats for the Community goes through November 15th and is just one more way that 6 News is here for you.